Hello, Slicey Dicers. This is Brian with another knife video for you. Today I'm going to do something kind of unique. I've had a lot of questions about, I obviously do a lot of Spydercos on here, so I'm not going to go through the whole knife collection, but we're going to go through the Spydercos. So this is kind of a weird camera angle, but it's the best way I could do this. We're going to have to do it in two shots because I can't really zoom out enough to get the whole Spidey pack. Yes, this is a Spidey pack. I highly recommend these. They're pretty inexpensive. I'll put a link down below to where to buy them. This is the small version. I have the large one that's got all my other knives in it. I'm gesticulating with my hands like I normally do, and I'm behind the camera and you can't see it. But how this is going to go, I'm going to do it in, we'll cut it together, but I'm going to do the top half and the bottom half. And the Spidey pack's almost full, so I thought it was a good time to do it. So, first up, we're just going to go through them individually. I'm going to talk about them just a little bit, and then we're going to move on. I have this kind of organized in my own stupid way. This top half, you've got the one of my more exclusive ones, and then I have the Mannixes and the PM2s, the native family. There's another one down below there, and then the rest is just kind of a hodgepodge, and the cheaper ones are on the bottom. But here we go. Let's just talk about what I do have in my collection. A lot of the knives I review are loaners. These are all actually mine. So we've got the my favorite, which is why it gets the first spot. We have the Spyderco Domino, which I've done a video on. I know you guys love this thing. This is so awesome. Little ball bearing frame lock flipper from Spyderco. Discontinued now, sadly, but very, very cool knife. Carbon fiber on one side, titanium on the other. Wow, this is a weird angle to be shooting at, but camera seems to be handling it. So iPhone 7 Plus, guys, highly recommend it. If you're doing YouTube videos, you don't need a fancy camera. Just do it with your iPhone or probably your Samsung, whatever. Camera phones are great for this stuff. Next up, we have the Mannix-2 M4. This is the Blade HQ exclusive one. This is one that I have considered selling before because I don't carry it because the as you can see, there's a lot of oil on the blade and stuff there. You have to keep the blade oil to make sure it doesn't get any patina on it. And these are going for silly money right now, so kind of tempted to sell it and turn it into a couple more knives to review instead of just having this one that I don't carry. But yeah, and the DLC one that just came out through Blade HQ sold out in an hour, and now those are going for not silly money, they're going for stupid money. But I guess there's more coming out next week, but I'm probably not going to get it. Next up, we have one that's been on here on this channel quite a bit. Mannix-2 backlock. Really like the backlock, the beefier, obviously, backlock version of the Mannix-2. This is a really cool working knife. I use this quite a bit. It's just, you know, your basic S30V production one, so I don't worry about beating it up. It's still in really good shape, but this is one of my workhorse knives that I use quite a bit, but not as much as we have the Mannix-2 Lightweight. This is just the basic version in the BD1 steel, just your basic Mannix-2, under 100 bucks, you know, Mannix-2 Lightweight. Great, obviously lightweight, really cool. The ergonomics are still just as good as any other Mannix-2. And, you know, if you're looking for your first Mannix-2, I suggest one of the lightweights. If you want better steel, they have them in better steel and stuff for a lot more money, but I actually just like the regular BD1. Super easy to sharpen. Never worry about it. Not an expensive knife. I can get another one if I have to. I just wish I'd have gotten the blue instead of the black, but I didn't. Next up, the Paramilitary 2. Now we're getting the Paramilitary 2 family. The PM2 S110V. So this is one I use quite a bit. I initially was kind of afraid of sharpening the S110V, but I found out as long as you keep it sharp, it's pretty easy. I just make sure that if I use it heavily for a day or two, then I make sure that it gets a little tune-up. The little tune-up's pretty easy to do, so I was kind of afraid of it, but I think I was wrong. As you can see, the edge still looks really good. I've had to tune it up a couple of times, and it's been super easy. I'm actually very pleasantly surprised by that. My last PM2 that I have the S35 VN. This was a distributor exclusive. It was available a few different places. I think it's still available on Bento Box, somebody told me, but they're mostly sold out. But it's a nice version of the PM2. This is the one I carry actually more than the S110V. I know this is an exclusive, but they made a ton of them, so I don't really worry about the resale value on it. And I really like S35. Super easy to sharpen, holds an edge really well. I really like the S35, and I like the brown, even though I don't normally like brown knives or green or any like earth tones, but I really like the color on this one. So yeah, sorry the lighting's a bit weird. As I said, this is an odd camera setup for me. Yeah, I really like this, and it's not translucent, but kind of, if the light hits it right, you can kind of see the skeletonizing through it. I really do like it. And last in that paramilitary family, we have the Para 3. Again, this is a Blurple S110V version, just like my PM2 up there. I didn't hate this when I always thought it was a great knife, but that lanyard tube bothered me to the point where I didn't carry it a whole lot. And but you know what? I've learned to love this thing. This is probably becoming my most carried Spyderco. It may have, even in the last couple months, I actually keep notes because I'm that way, may have surpassed the Mannix-Lightweight. I think I may actually carry this more than I carry the Lightweight now, so I've come to love it. I'm going to do a video about that, about how I came to love the Para 3, because I did kind of give it some crap, and I don't feel bad about it, because the thing I hate about it I still hate. But another one I carry a lot, the Spyderco Shaman. Yeah, the Shaman I was also mad at for a while, because when the price increases went up, I paid $150 for this. Now they're like $182, so I was kind of mad at Spyderco about that. Sure, he gets close up, but I've come to forgive it because it is just such a great knife. It's a big, beefy bruiser of a knife, and it's great for a lot of purposes. When I'm doing really heavy-duty stuff, it's either this or the Mannix 2 that I grab out of my Spydercos. There's some other ones that I have that I also may use, but we're focusing on the Spydercos today. And last on this row, we have the Native 5 Lightweight, another one I carry a whole lot. S35 VN, which I've already said that I love. It's very light. Dr. Frunke commented when my little rant about the Delica 4, that now with the Delica 4 prices going up so high, he'd highly recommend this over a Delica 4. I could not agree more. This is only like 20 bucks more. You're getting vastly superior steel, and I think a better ergonomic package. If you want that lightweight FRN backlock Spyderco, go with a Native 5 Lightweight over a Delica. Absolutely, all day long. And then now we're just going to pause and go on to the lower row. Alright, row 2. Let's get going here. We have, still sticking in that native theme, we have these Little Native. I love the Little Native. This is a knife I carry a lot as a secondary knife in that fifth pocket of my jeans kind of thing. Really cool. Just super useful little blade. Very ergonomic in the hand. It actually is capable of doing some stuff for a blade this size. You can really bear down on it comfortably, not worrying about hurting your hands at all. So Little Native's great. Sometimes I carry it by itself, but often it's just in that fifth pocket of my jeans. Next up, this one should probably go up higher in my weird organization system, but haven't bothered to move them all around yet. This is the newest addition to the collection. This is also a discontinued Spyderco. This is the large Lama, the original Lama with the G10 handles and VG10 blade. It's kind of weird that I like this. I don't like Spyderco's VG10, and I don't like knives that look this, let's just be honest, ugly. It's kind of an aggressive looking knife for sure, but I just liked it, and a friend of mine, Mike, loaned it to me along with a batch of other knives. He kind of threw it in, and I kind of fell in love with it, and I said, hey, can I buy it? And he said, yep, and his price was good, so this is a keeper. And I'll carry it. Yes, it is discontinued, but it's not a super expensive one or anything, so I'll probably still carry it a little bit, not a whole lot, but every now and then. And I just like it. I don't know, it just kind of endears itself to me. This is a Lum design. It's a folding version of a classic, Chinese fixed blade knife, and it works really, really well. I especially like it I did a little bit of food prep with it the other day, and it worked great for that. It's like a folding chef's knife in your pocket, which I know Spyderco makes one of those, don't correct me, but this is close to that. Next up we have the Chaparral Lightweight. Another one of these 5th pocket knives I carry a lot as a secondary. I love this thing. This is so nice. CTX XHP. So slicey, so slicey. One of the most precise knives I own. You can see it's very thin. I did a review on that. I'm going to link to all the reviews of these that I've done down below. Very smooth lockback design. The smoothest Spyderco lockback I've ever used. It's very nice. Let's try and adjust myself here and get out of the shadow just a little bit. Sorry, it's kind of weird to light this way, but yeah. Love the Chaparral Lightweight. And the price isn't too crazy on them. They didn't get hit too hard for the XHP steel and stuff. They didn't get hit too hard by the price increases. Next up we have, just did a video about this recently where I was not too kind. You have a Delica 4 because you have to have a Delica 4. But I have a Delica 4 because you have to have a Delica 4 when you're doing reviews. Something you can compare a lot of stuff to. Yeah, I did a review saying this is in the modern market overpriced, and it is. These go for like 75 bucks. And for VG10 steel and FRN, don't get it. But a lot of people still love them, and the sprint runs I think are still worth it. A lot of those are worth it with the more exotic steels, but I just think the base one isn't worth it anymore. But I'll link to the guess you could call it review down below, and I'm not gonna make you guys relive all that. You can watch it if you want to. Next up, this is also a fairly new addition. This is the Spyderco Halcyon. I had not that much interest in this. It's basically a nicer, you know, the Tenacious line of knives. This is the Halcyon and the Polestar, kind of just nicer versions of those. They have BD1 steel, a little nicer G10 handles. Still made in China. I've heard not in the same factory as the Tenacious, but I'm not sure if that's true or not. But I like it. I got it as a package deal. I was talking about getting another roadie. We'll get to those in a moment, because I had one and I kind of wanted another one just to leave somewhere. And somebody said, hey, you know, they still have that deal from Christmas on Blade HQ where you basically buy an Halcyon and get a roadie for free and get one of those ridiculous tactical stockings. So I did that, and now I have an Halcyon. I'm going to do a review on this. Probably as soon as I'm done filming this one, I'm going to film the review on the Halcyon that I'll probably put up the next day. But yeah, it's a pretty cool knife. I'm not upset with it. I've had it for a couple days now, and it's not bad. It BD1, and the action's smooth, but not snappy or anything. And then next we have two kind of Spydercos. We have two birds. They are both Caracara 2s. This one I got purely for a comparison, and I planned on it being a catch and release. I got a really good deal on it. Did not expect to want to keep it, but I actually carry it a fair bit. I really like this. This is the Bird Caracara 2 with the G10 handles. It's basically a heavier duty Endura, sort of, is a way to think of it. But it's got the nice finger choils. Yeah, I really like it. It's a good, large EDC knife for a very, very reasonable price. Now, the first Caracara 2 that I got was this next one, which is the stainless steel version. This I don't carry at all anymore. It looks cool. It's got a lot of cool things about it. It's probably a little smoother than the G10, but I carried it a lot for the first like 2 weeks I had it, and then I haven't really touched it much since. So this may actually wind up being a giveaway someday. It's a cheap knife. You know, some of the cheap ones, it's not worth the shipping to bother selling them on the internet, so unless it's a package thing or something. So I don't know, this might wind up being a giveaway. If anybody thinks that would be a good giveaway, I think it might be a good one when I hit the 1,000 subscribers or something like that. So yeah, it's a cool knife though. It's very comfortable in the hand. It looks great. It's just kind of heavy, and I like the G10 one better. The G10's a little bit better finished than this one is. And then lastly, we have my roadies. I'm just going to pull one out. Always have a roadie in my pocket, almost always, since I got one not that long ago, but it was only a couple weeks ago, but still. I've had a roadie almost living in my pocket. Usually the gray one. I just got this orange one when I got the Halcyon. This one's going to live in my tennis bag over the summer, but yeah, very, very cool little slip joint Spyderco. So again, I will link to there's going to be a lot of links down below to reviews of stuff, so you guys want to check that out. So that's it. That's as of, you know, February-ish 2018. This is my Spydercos. So Hope you guys enjoyed this, especially Spyderco fans. Yeah, I do have a few in my mind that I want. I'm gonna jump on that the Mantra 3 and the Amalgam. I'm sure I'm gonna get both of those. Maybe a smock. That doesn't really seem to entice me that much, but and there are some older ones I want. Like I said, if I do sell the M4 Mannix, I'd probably buy a standard S30V Mannix, and also, or maybe the Blurple S110V. Who am I kidding? I'm going to get the Blurple S110V one probably if I sold the M4, because I'd actually use that. Another older one, I want a Mannix 2XL. I have a Mannix 2XL Carbon S90V loaner that I'm not allowed to buy, so but I really like it. I love the size and feel of it, so I wouldn't mind getting one of those. But I think that's the only Spydercos I have on my radar right now. I had a pre-order for a Delica with the Toku combo blade thing, but sandwich seal blade. But no, I canceled it. I'm not going to get that, so I'm just mad at the Delica, I guess, right now. I haven't let it go yet. But hope you guys have enjoyed this. If you got any questions down below, or stuff you want to see me do more articles about, I am going to do a review of the Lum, along with also I have a small or a medium-sized Nishijin Lum. Nishijin Lum is really hard to say, and I'm going to do a review of the Halcyon, like I said. So, hope you guys enjoyed this. Have a good one. Talk to you later.